If you cannot handle the system, you should not be here tonight.
20 people standing nearby heard every word. Audrey Webb, 24, first-year volunteer, stared at a frozen screen and said nothing. The donation software had crashed at 7:15 p.m. The final card reading, the reason half the room had stayed, was scheduled for 9:30. No one from IT was picking up. Loretta Voss watched from the last table near the door. She had been watching all evening. No one had approached her. One guest had mistaken her for catering staff and asked her to refill the water. She had done it without a word. She stood up. She crossed the ballroom, sat down next to Audrey, and said quietly, "Show me." 8 minutes. That was all it took. A misconfigured admin port. The kind of thing any engineer with 20 years of experience spots immediately. Loretta had spent 12 of those years building the software infrastructure for a company that sold for $340 million. She fixed it on her phone. At 7:23 p.m., the system came back online. Audrey turned toward her. Loretta was already standing up, smoothing her dress, walking back to her table. Clifton stepped over, glanced at the screen, and nodded at Audrey as though she had handled it herself. He did not look toward the last table once. The evening continued. Donors were introduced by name. Applause followed each one. Photographs were taken. Loretta sat alone, drank water, and watched the room. At 9:30, Clifton took the stage for the final donation reading. He worked through the cards in order. $5,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000. The applause grew with each one. The last card was anonymous. 12 years of anonymous. Clifton announced that tonight, for the first time, the donor had requested to be named. He read the number first. $1,200,000. The room went silent. Then he turned the card over and read the name, Loretta Voss. 300 people turned toward the last table near the door. The woman who had been mistaken for a server. The woman Clifton had talked past twice that evening. She had also left a handwritten note on the card. The donation was earmarked for a new scholarship. Graduate students in education. First eligible recipient, Audrey Webb. The room rose to its feet. Clifton stood at the podium with a microphone and nothing to say. Loretta did not stand, did not speak. She looked across the room at Audrey and gave one small nod. That was enough. The most powerful person in the room had been invisible all evening, by choice. What you carry quietly says more than anything you announce out loud. Type this in the comments. The quietest ones are often carrying the most.